Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to
what
keep
up,
your
man?
soul
It's your
too.
big brother K Reno.
And it's your boy Key Stove.
Y'all are tuned in again to another episode of the Underground Dialogue Podcast, where the name speaks for itself, and our guest, his presence speaks for itself tonight, man. This brother here, you talking about, when you think about West Coast icons, hip-hop OGs, man, gold platinum selling artists, the list goes on. One of the most creative, original, the East Bay gangster himself. He sold millions of records, Billboard charted, man. He's one of the most influential cats that has ever come through the game, in my opinion, man. And I've always been a fan since the 30 plus years I've been familiar with his work, and we honored to have him sitting in the legend seat tonight.
The designer, the organizer, the person who invented
Blow! I hear it like, blow! The one and only Spice1. What's up, family member?
What's going on, man? I'm just glad to be out here, back out here in Houston, bro. You know, with much family and friends, you know.
Yeah,
Man, you got Texas ties though. You was born out here in Texas. You got people out this way too, huh?
Yeah, man. Man, most of my family, all my family out here, as far as even, Scarface and just aunties, uncles, man, it's big family out here. Like, we deep out here.
Yeah,
Believe
no
that. Believe that.
What took you from Texas to the West Coast? How'd you end up in Hayward out there and on the West, and then end up coming up out that way?
Well, moms was, she just wanted to move away, move out to California, looking for a better life. We came from the back country's woods of Bryan, Texas, so we went out to Oakland from Bryan, and we went to Frisco, and then we ended up in Hayward. So she finally got a good job out there in Hayward, working at the hospital. So, that's where we just ended up staying there because, she can actually pay the bills, and, everything was good, you know what I'm saying? So, but going back and forth from here, yeah, I definitely come back here. Even while I was living in Hayward, I come back here, visit some cousins and all of that for the summer and stuff.
Yeah. So when you got out there, was it like a culture shock? What was the differences between? Was it faster out there?
Well, it was it was crazy because it was like, I was like, shit, they had they have roads. Like, we didn't have no damn roads.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember walking to feed the pigs, the watermelon rind barefoot through the mud. You know what I'm saying? I'm really from Texas.
You was country, yeah.
So, it was a different story. And even moving from Oakland, or from Frisco, because when we first got to Frisco, we was in the Pink Palace, which was the Fillmore district. Pink Palace was projects. So we was in the projects in Fillmore in Frisco for a couple of years. And then we moved to Hayward. And Hayward looked like fucking Disneyland to me after living in a project,
man,
and coming from the backwoods of Bryan,
Yeah.
Bryan is all close knit. I went to College Station for 1 year for A&M Consolidated, and I noticed just like they both was like brothers or something. So in that little small town, they still talk about you to this day out there. Cause I remember when I was out there for a high school, they were like, "That Spice kinfolk right here."
Oh, they claim you when you pop off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think when I was about 16, and me and Too Short had did that record, that Dangerous Crew record. And you know, I went back to school with the CD and the record and passed it out at school and whatever. And I had a lot of copies and that they gave me to pass out to people or whatever. So and I ended up coming back out here for the summer. So, you know, for some reason, I was thinking marketing. So I grabbed, you know, at 16 years old, bro, I'm thinking marketing. I'm like, oh, let me grab the songs, the record that me and Too Short did, the Dangerous Crew, and take it out here and show my family. So I get out here to Brian in Houston, and I was passing out the CD and the tape out here at 16, you know what I'm saying? And I rap with Too Short, man, check this out, you know?
Yeah, so this like mid 80s,
Yeah.
close to mid to late 80s. Yeah. So that was one of the early cliques that you was in, early groups that you was in with the Dangerous Crew and Short.
Yeah. It was crazy because, you know, Short used to come pick me up from school and shit, and you know, I would try to drive his car and he wouldn't let me drive.
It wasn't the one that was on the Born the Mac cover.
Yeah,
that was it?
Yeah.
Dang.
He'd pick me up from school in that.
Yeah.
And I, you know, I'll be telling my homies, hey man, you know, Too Short finna come get me from school. They'll be like, yeah, whatever, ain't no damn Too Short coming to get you. I'll be like, man, Too Short finna come get me, man. He finna come, and he'll pull up in that Baritz. It was a burgundy Baritz, convertible. And he'll pull up in there and I'll hop in and be like, man, let me drive. And he said, man, you ain't driving my motherfucking car. Can't drive my car, nigga. You ain't got no driver's license.
So what you think it was that Short saw in you? Because especially at that age, was your style already kind of developing, or you kind of knew where you was going? What made you think he gravitated to you like, man, this young cat, I'm gonna scoop him up? And
I'm thinking seeing you know, at that point in time, seemed like everybody was trying to rap like Too Short. And like everybody was. You know what I'm saying? And maybe when he seen, you know, me and Forte and it was another artist, JJ Hard, and Entice and Barbie, once he seen us, nobody was trying to rap like him. None of us were. You know what I'm saying? We all had our own styles. We had our own thing going, and that might have been what enticed him towards us as artists. You know.
What was it that you got your inspiration in to create your style? Because your style is, we was talking about it before you got here, so versatile.
You sound like nobody ever.
Yeah, you 101, but you can reggae, you can fit fast, you can do stories like when you earlier in the day when you was at the Truth Day and you did the story about the
187 proof. Right. Yeah, I'm going crazy because that's innovative, creative, man. Yeah.
I mean, you literally, man, you built for it. You know, it's like you feel like you built for this shit. Like I'm built for this. Like I can deal with my fans. I can sit there and chop it up with my fans and smoke weed with them and you know and sign their autographs and stop and chill with them. I can get up, you know, Lord bless me with the capabilities to even be a rap star, because people think this job is easy. It's like, you know, I just left Wu-Tang Clan last night, Twisted, you know, me and Raekwon sat up there and drank a whole bottle of Jameson, and I had to get up at 6 a.m. And catch a plane here to do a show at 6 p.m, you know.
12-hour turnaround.
Yeah, so I mean, but I'm literally built for this shit though. Like, you know, it wasn't easy, but I literally love my fans so much and love the game so much. I woke up and was like, nigga, another show, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm hungover still or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm still just like, man, you know, my fans out there waiting, the Screw Day, we finna get down, we finna party, you know what I'm saying? Simbo out there waiting, all my homies out there, motherfucking Edie out there, Mac Mall out there, you know, all all my Houston people out here, and I'm excited to be there. So let me get my ass up and hop on this plane and go and get it. And had and God blessed me with the energy to actually get on a plane, make it out here, and get down and hop on stage and jump around for 30 minutes and with a hangover and all that. But it's you got to be built for this shit, man. Built for everything, for the
I saw
drama,
it. Yeah.
the haters, all of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw it because your energy still is up. You know what I'm saying? When boys get into their 50s like we are, a lot of times it don't be the physical energy that go first from this industry. It be the mental side because the game whoop on you, the industry whoop on you. So how have you been able for 30-some years, bro, to still have that enthusiasm? Because this thing here will have made a lot of people quit, a lot of people that died, a lot of people went to jail. What is it that make you still be like, man, I love, do you love it like you did in the beginning before I even go into that question?
Yeah, I do. A lot of things have changed, but it's literally my livelihood. Like I feel like I'm a part of it, like I'm a part of hip hop. Like instead of, being something that being in it, I feel like I'm a part of it. Like I am hip hop. Like from the I know how to do graffiti. Like I can draw you my name in graffiti. I can, if you put two turntables next to me, I know how to crossfade and do the mixer and shit like that. I know from break dancing to popping and all of that. I came from that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, doing my criminal lifestyle, and getting a regular job. If you a hustler, you're gonna get money in as many ways as possible. You're gonna have a regular job, you're gonna be hustling this on the side, that on the side, you rap, you jack niggas, you whatever the hell you doing all of that. It's pimp slash player, hustler slash thug. It's all of the above. You know what I'm saying? When you out here, you don't just limit yourself to one hustle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to say all of that, yeah, man, this is what I do. It's in my bones, it's in my blood. As far as for so long, I used to I would be in class and the teacher would ask me to write a poem in class, and the class would look at me like I was from another fucking planet after I wrote the poem. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, I'm in the principal office and he being hella nice and shit. And he just like, hey, but usually I'm in there for some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? That's when I realized, even back then, like, okay, damn, what you say matters. Like, the things that you say to people matter. If you make it rhyme, you might have something there. So yeah, from day one, man, it's just been, this is what I feel like, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is where I belong, in this game.
Yeah, I know, because we looked at you, you came prepared, man. I actually thought you was some kind of football player. You came, you came ready. And the thing I wanted to say, because I know it had to be tough, especially getting the news just yesterday about Fatal, and not Fatal, about Noble.
Yeah.
And you still hit, and you know what I mean, still came through, which is commendable. We want to say condolences, because I know that's one of your homies.
Yeah, that was a close dude to me, man. I've been tripping on Noble all day, man. Just like, ever since I heard about it, I couldn't believe it. Cause like I told, when I met Pac, I was 20 years old and he was 19. Neither one of us was able to buy alcohol, And I went to he had an apartment in East Oakland, and I went up there pick him up one time, and all of the outlaws was there, and they was like 12 and 13 and 14 and shit, back then, so it's like I knew Noble, in 90. So Noble had to be like 13, because what is he, 40? He passed at 47.
Yeah.
And so I did the math. you know, and yeah, he was like 12 or 13 when I first seen Noble and Edie and Napoleon and you know at 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 Pac's house. So I've been knowing them cats for a long time. I done got in shit in the hood and called them little niggas to bail me out. Out of the police station, like nigga, send me some money. I done fucked up. The police lock me up and shit.
Yeah.
You know, so we go back. You know what I'm saying? As far as even his mom, and Mo Preem and Big Psych and Macadocious and Rated R, all of the Thug Life cats, from the Outlaws to the Thug Life. Every song you hear Pac spit, it was like I was, you know, he was sitting there spitting it to me before he went and put it on wax. Like we go back. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to trip on this shit. I'm tripping, bro. Like, damn, I'm still
Processing.
yeah, still coming through my brain. Like, bruh, my nigga gone.
Right.
What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
You know that's why that term "check on your people," man. That's real, bro. Because when some come out of nowhere, out of left field, when nobody saw it coming, you know, people are put on a face and you don't know what they're going through. You know, so it's like,
right,
what just for anybody might, what would your, I guess, advice be to people, like telling them and teaching them how to check on people, even because I could be laughing and joking with you and then I might be just going through it, man.
Yeah, you know what? In in the past, we just be like, oh, nigga, you going through problems, nigga, shit, nigga, going through. It never was nobody there to say, what you been going through, bro. You need you good, you need to chop it up. And even Mr. Fab got some shit in Oakland that he's doing called Thug Therapy, therapy for a thug. We be riding hard out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes down and quote unquote, as black men, it's a different type of thugging for us. You know what I'm saying? So we do need somebody to talk. We go hard on each other. It's jokes. When a nigga do something like take a drink of water or anything, they're like, this nigga drinking water.
Yeah, something you supposed to do.
Like, soft ass
get
nigga
clowned.
Nigga, you soft nigga, you drinking water.
Yeah,
you been drinking water, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's hard to be thugging out here, and you need sometimes you go through shit and you need somebody to hit you up and say, hey man. Y'all need to hit y'all homies up, bruh.
Yeah.
While y'all listening, when y'all hit y'all homies up, if you know they going through some shit, you hit that nigga up and you say, man, is you good, bruh?
Yeah.
Is you good? You need to go hang out for a minute, smoke a joint, maybe talk about it or something, because that's all a nigga be need.
Man.
That could have been avoided by just that. And all I thought to myself was like, damn, no, I wish you just would have called me, bruh. I wish you just would have called me and said, Spice, I'm going through some shit, my nigga. I need somebody to talk to. And I would have sat there and talked it up with your ass for hours, my nigga, and try to, come to a solution of what you need to do to move forward in your life, because we all know suicide is we say it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. And all you gotta do is be there for the homie, man, real spit.
No question. I wanted to ask you this, man. You was talking about how different hustles where sometimes you might have to go get a regular job and whatever it is. Was it ever a time that in your long career that you had to do the 9 to 5 again? I can remember the reason why I asked you, we said I had to do that one time. And the craziest thing for me, you swallow your pride because people walking into your job and, hey man, ain't you really recognize you? You're like, man, like it is what it is. Did you ever go through that, like being Spice1?
Nah, I never, I never looked back after my first job. I had a few jobs. I worked at UPS. I worked at a window company, a few other places or whatever. But after I got my first deal in the game, I just started going so hard. I just never looked back, you know. And it could have been if I didn't realize business wise or where I needed to go, you know, go to my sound exchange, go to my, you know, go to Universal, go to Sony, get you a distribution deal, put your money, you know, put your music out there. It was, if I didn't know to do that, then yeah, I would have ended up going trying to get a job somewhere, and it would have been, you know, it'd been ugly. But you know, you have to progress mentally in this game along with everything else. We'll never know the whole game. It always changes, but you have to stay on top of that shit. Otherwise, you would get left in the dust. You know what I'm saying? And you got to pay attention to what's going on. You know, right now these little niggas is recording off their phones.
Yep.
And they sending it back to the studio to get mixed and mastered. It's a lot of, you know, we didn't have YouTube, you know.
Social media, period.
We didn't have no, it wasn't no such thing as social
Word of
media or
mouth.
the internet. It was no such thing.
Good radio.
We had to hop in the car and drive from Oakland to Atlanta and stop in every hood we knew and pass out CDs, not sell them. Because, you know, if you ever really sold dope, you know the game.
You gotta sample it.
You gotta if you know you got some Class A cheat. Class A cheat. If you know you got Class A shit, then you know you're not supposed to sell it right off. You let everybody know you got Class A shit. You get, hey, here, check this out. Compare that shit to that. And then once they figure out you got Class A shit, then you know they're gonna come try to buy from you.
Hello?
You know, so and that's what that was. It was like, let me saturate this state, this country with some Spice1. Let me drive up on these niggas and, hey, nigga, check this out. I don't buy you a CD. No, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. Here, put it in there. Once they put it in, you got them. You know what I'm saying? Because you got heat.
Man, when you hit the game, it was over. I can just remember that first album. We was going crazy, bro. What led up to how did you have to sharpen yourself to get to that point? Most people first album, they come out hungry, they come out on fire. But when you first hit, man, that was crazy. And you hit at a time where the West Coast was still fighting for their respect. As far as, you know, we come up listening to the East Coast stuff. We was going through the same struggle down South. But the West Coast, people may not see that now, but it was a time where the West Coast was fighting for their respect.
It was, bro. I mean, because, you know, we had Too Short, we had MC Hammer, we had Ice-T,
NWA.
And in NWA. Yeah. And as far, and that's what, you know, and you know, we got the East Coast and every other state and city comparing us to the East Coast, you know, and you know, shit, man, the East was not no joke, bro. Never been a joke. As far as they skills and they rap, they hip hop, you know, like I say, I was watching Wu-Tang the other day, man. These East Coast dudes are some whole different monsters, bruh. When it comes to hip hop and rap shit, they whole different monsters than we are out here. You know, like we gonna establish that right now, because them niggas don't even be writing they shit. They all thinking, they come off the head and they just be on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but you know, we got our own things that we do out here. You know, we always got something that they can't do, and they doing some shit we can't do. But it's all art and it's friendly competition. So you know, when rappers get in battles and shit, you know, and money is get bet, you know, motherfuckers bet money, and you know, it's $30,000-$40,000 on a battle or $100,000 on two niggas battling, man, it can get real crazy. So, but you get the respect from I knew what it was when I landed in New York for the first time, and Run DMC was there, letting me know, like, okay, yeah, you got our attention. You know what I'm saying? Like you have our eyebrows are lifted and our heads are turned. Who in the hell are you? Like your name is Spice1. Wait, how did you think of the liquor song? Like how did you write about the alcohol? And that you know, that was a blow, I feel, for the West Coast. Like, and people don't even know that. You know, that's real history. Like, you know, we had, like I said, we had Too Short, we had Ice-T, and we had MC Hammer, and even NWA wasn't out yet. You know what I'm saying? After NWA came, they had a little respect because we had Ice Cube, we had Ren, and you know, we had some spitters over there. But they wasn't respecting Short and Hammer like that. They was like, okay, we like Too Short, but he's not a hip hop. You know, they were saying all that shit. And Short had to even come out and say, you know, and say a few things like, you know, I ain't Run DMC. I'm a pimp from Oakland, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making words rhyme and I'm getting money doing this shit. I ain't trying to be no MC rapper and shit like that, nigga. I'm a pimp from Oakland, and I come from a place where the Black Panthers come from. You know, so it was a different thing with Short too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as when it came to skills, they was like, where the fuck this reggae nigga come from? He from Oakland. He doing reggae? Where the fuck he get reggae from? Wait a minute, hold on. Who the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So I had to come with that blow. I'm not on my own dick just speaking on this shit just because I'm not trying to make myself sound the shit like I'm a shit. This is what the fuck happened.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like if motherfucker want me to explain it any different, I'll be lying. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. I'm a universal rapper. I touched down in New York. They're like, okay, this nigga got spit.
Yeah.
It is motherfuckers out in California that can actually rap and spit. You know what I'm saying? DJ Quick gave it put a blow in for it. You know, it's actually spitters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it wasn't a game. You know, you had to really prove yourself if you want to make some real money.
Yeah. You know, one thing I thought about when you were saying that is that one of the reasons why we cherish you a lot is because you was never pushed on anybody. You had to actually, you was like carving it underground and then making a name to where it was just mostly the music. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because you had to go and sync out Spice1. You had to go in the studio and go find it because it wasn't like a commercial coming on.
Yeah.
Back then, it really wasn't too many videos.
Underground.
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah. And you made, hey. Yeah.
It's you know, with doing that is you gotta get out there and you can't be shy and no shit. You know how Eminem was saying, you know, throwing up mom spaghetti and all of that shit. No, fuck that. I wasn't throwing up shit. I used to sell dope, nigga. Give me the motherfucking mic. The fuck you say? Who seen somebody said something funny? Fuck you, bitch. What's cracking, nigga? Play the motherfucking beat. I was on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I never was scared to touch the motherfucking mic or get on the stage. Considering me knowing what God blessed me with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I got some shit.
Yeah.
Turn the motherfucking beat on. Even, you know, even opening up for NWA in like 86 and I'm 16 and they want to see NWA. They don't want to fucking see me. You know, I had to win that crowd over.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I had to turn a bunch of motherfuckers in who didn't respect me, who didn't know me, who had no love for me, into some motherfuckers who wanted to know me and respected me and had love for me by the time I left that stage.
Oh, man, that's a real artist, man. You always seemed like you ain't care what nobody thought about you. You know what I'm saying? As far as like just judgmental, because you carry yourself just from a distance. I noticed like I already know all they gotta do is hit me. You know what I'm saying? Did you always, what was your first show like on the East Coast? Because I know sometimes early days like that, they could be real hard. They could know you spitting in this kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was awkward. Because they wouldn't let me sing the songs I wanted to sing. They wanted me to sing like In My Neighborhood or something, you know. And, you know, the East Coast wasn't used to know In My Neighborhood. And then you got Das Effects coming on after me and shit. Like, come on, man. You know, let me sing some shit I want to sing. Y'all motherfuckers got me singing In My Neighborhood. I want to sing 187 Proof and Welcome to the Ghetto or some other shit or Fucked in a Game or something. Let me do Fucked in a Game. You know, murder, 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 motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm short when my boys cause ruck. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But they want me to do some old slow ass In My Neighborhood, and everybody from the, you know, the New York motherfuckers looking like we ain't gonna boo you or nothing because you talking about some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, that's cool. You know, it's pretty dope. You know, an East Coast crowd will boo your ass if you whack, like quick.
Yeah. So moving up to when you got the deal, because you was on Jive for a good little minute, right?
Mhm.
You know, so what led? Because I know Short was on Jive. Was it a connection with that, or you just happened to end up on Jive?
Well, they was out looking for artists in the Bay Area. You know, after Too Short, you know, they was looking around, and I just happened to be making noise in the area at that time. So after Short was blowing up, they got to looking around, and actually at that time I was the hottest artist in the Bay Area, like as far as my video being played the most. All you heard on the motherfucking radio was 187 Proof and Welcome to the Ghetto. All you heard was every car that drove past was playing 187 Proof and Welcome to the Ghetto or some shit like that. Or it was just playing 187 Proof, and it had took the whole day by storm. And next thing you know, I'm in Seattle doing shows, and then, you know, we moving, and by the time I got back, you know, we getting calls from major labels, from Jive, and I was like, shit, I sell dope on a block don't nobody even fucking know about. Yeah, I'll sign it inside a major deal and put it down.
You had management then, or you was kind of like on your own? Who was brokering your business at the time?
Well, I had Too Short's DJ working with me, Pizzo, and you know, he was kind of like a big brother to me. And I had the label I was working with at the time was Triad Records, and it was this lady named Georgette Willis, and you know, she had put it out, put the first 187 Proof out, and all of that stuff, and she had what's crazy is that I don't think I ever said this on a podcast or interview. She had Red Fox put money behind 187 Proof.
Wow.
So if y'all want to thank anybody, you can thank Red Fox for putting money behind 187 Proof.
Did you ever meet him? Did you meet him?
No, I never got.
He just indirectly invested, you know, from the. Oh, that's dope, man. That is crazy, man.
Like he heard the song and was probably laughing at the shit.
Yes.
And was like, okay, I got it.
I know they had to make sure they had up. Yeah, man.
So shout out to Red Fox, man. Rest in peace, bro.
No question
Good
about
looking,
it,
man. Every fan out there of 187 Proof, you know, you gotta shout out Red Fox, man, because he one of the reasons that y'all got that song.
And then the creation of that song. What was going through your mind that night? Had you been drinking or just bling and hit you?
I was asleep. Well, I was drinking with my homies. We had some 40 ounces or something and shit, and I came in the room and I prayed to myself. I wanted to be a rap star, and I went to sleep.
Pray to yourself.
Yeah, I prayed to God. I got down on my knees and I prayed to God, and I'm like praying to be a rap star, and I'll go to sleep. And you know, you can't make this shit up. I go to sleep, and I started dreaming I was a rap star in my dream. And I'm walking up the street, and I see this dude playing this music, and he's, you know, and I'm like, you know, hey nigga, you know, what's that you playing? And he was like, Spice1, you know, that's the new shit. But this before I'm famous or anything. And I'm dreaming this shit.
You sleep. He in the bed, sleep. Yeah.
And he like, Spice1, my nigga, this the new shit. He was like, and I said, you know, oh, and I walked over to the car, and something said, stick your head in the car and see what song made you famous. right? So I stuck my head in the dude's car, and I heard myself say, "He had the 9-inch." I swear to God. I swear to God, man, cross my heart, hope to die, bro, on my dead mama, daddy, all that shit. I heard myself say, he had the 9 and Jake the AK, right? And so I'm like, you know what? And then I woke up. And so I'm like, you know, I'm sitting in my bed and I'm like, you know, who the fuck is E? And who the fuck is Jay?
Yeah.
And why did they have an AK? Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? E had the 9 and J the AK. Who the fuck is E and J? E and J. That's alcohol. Oh shit. What if they sold dope on Hennessy Street? That'd be dope. So I kept going.
Yeah.
There was clapped on the street called Hennessy, and they had beef with a motherfucker named E. And E had a bitch, and her name was G, and had a nigga named Juice doing time in the pen. And I was like, oh shit, just keep on going. And so I wrote the song, and you know, I spit it to a few friends, and after a while, my friends was like, bruh, don't say that rap to nobody no more. Somebody gonna steal that shit. Somebody gonna bite it and they gonna steal it. So I went and recorded it. And once I got it recorded, it was over after that.
Yeah.
You know, once I put it on a tape or a CD, man, that shit just started spreading like wildfire.
Yeah. Come on, my face did one with cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I did cartoon, candy bar, but see,
Yeah.
this all inspired by 187 because it's like, dude, people don't give you credit for your creativity and originality, bro. Just you have to craft a song like that. You have to really put in. I know once that idea hit you, it start falling out. It just start raining down.
Like rain, bro,
but you did it. Nobody else did it, man. So as a lyricist, people may categorize you, and rightfully so. They say, "Well, Spice1, you're a gangster rapper," you know, but it's more layered than just being a gangster rapper, shoot 'em up, whatever. But as a lyricist, bro, you don't get the card that you deserve as a craftsman of lyrics, bro.
Thank you,
Straight
bro. I
up,
appreciate that.
on the real, man. You done rock with some of the best, man. Not a lot of West Coast legends, of course, but really with a lot of other cats, man. Who's your favorite person you ever did studio work with, and then maybe your favorite person outside the studio? Just that's my partner, but we do music.
Well, definitely Tupac, and you know, me and Sibo real cool. You know, Yuck Mouth. You only have a few friends in this industry. MC8, you know, you only have a few friends out here, and if you do have a friend in this industry, man, you need to cherish that. You got a real friend at all, period. And cherish that because, you know, they real scarce out here today, bruh. Real motherfuckers are scarce out here, you know. But definitely, you know, Sibo, Yuck Mouth, Tupac, MC8 are definitely my friends I consider in this industry. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never got no arguments and nothing. We just been friends the whole time.
Yeah. What's some of the I know that, to me, like I say, you've been doing it so long. I know this game done put hands on everybody, bro. The game will whoop you. How do you manage any ups and downs you may have had? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you went a stretch where you didn't put no music out for a good little while, right? Was it a nice little gap? What was going on then? But how do you manage to like navigate through it when this game is just being dirty like it is?
Well, you know, shout out to all my guys. Like, my fans. If it wasn't for my fans, I'd have quit a long time ago. You know, for every time I, you know, walk somewhere and I'm feeling bad, you know, my pops passed away, you know, my mama passed away, or my brother died, or something happened, and you know, I'll be walking somewhere feeling fucked up, and some fans would come up and they'd be like, you know, man, we got all your music, man. I'm so glad you made this song. I'm so glad you made that song. It helped me get through my life. It helped me get through a point in my life where I was going through some stuff. And you know, and when I hear that, that keeps me going. Like, I need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That keep me in the studio, and that keep me motivated to record and everything. So shout out to all my fans through all of the years, from Germany to Japan, back to America, everywhere. If it wasn't for any of my fans from Australia, Sweden, everywhere I've been, I got stripes on my passport. If it wasn't for y'all, bruh, I would have quit a long time ago.
What's your favorite place to perform outside of maybe a city or whatever, in America or outside?
Well, Detroit has been fun, like through the years. I love going to Detroit. Um, I always get a packed house when I go to Detroit. And the fans is they great. They know the songs. Even in where I just came from in Denver too, but LA is just, I can't even, I don't even have no words. They just come deep. Like soon as I get there, I mean, shout out to all, the Mexicans, the Latinos. I want to say fuck ICE. We love y'all, my brown brothers. It's always good, and so I got a lot of fans. Mexican fans, black fans, European fans. But it's always good to when I'm in LA. It's just a big mixed crowd. It's like whites, blacks, and Mexicans, and everybody just be deep and it's loud and everybody fired up. And that's what hip hop do. And I feel like I'm doing my job when I bring all these people together to sing one song. You know what I'm saying? Or a few songs, shit.
Yeah, music transcends all the lines, bro.
Yeah,
it always has.
Yes, it
man.
does.
Freaking
It does.
melting pot, man. So the Platinum OG2, that's the latest project that you released, man. And we were so glad to see it come out. I see that it charted real good when it hit the Billboard. It came out. Now the difference now. Tell me what you think about, because you come from the old era with the physical copies. What do you think about the streaming, and how have that affected Spice1 compared to how it used to be?
It's a lot easier. As far as getting your music out there, but you get a lot less money.
Man, a lot less. Yeah.
You get like not even a penny, not even a half a penny a stream, where within, back then, we just sell our CD for $5, $10 or $13, and we get to reap the benefits of that. But as far as us it being a problem, the game is gonna keep on changing. It's just us that gotta change with it or figure out how to the loopholes in the shit and keep it moving. Because it's definitely always loopholes.
Tell me if I'm crazy. I want you to just be honest with me, bro. I had this thought in my mind that if all of the artists, and I know everybody ain't gonna jump on board, but if the majority of the artists who are having a problem with the payouts and streaming and revenue, like I said, less than a penny, if we decide collectively to say, man, we're not gonna put out no albums and the streaming platforms for 1 year or 6 months, because they make billions of dollars per quarter off streaming platforms and major labels. I feel like that'll shake up the whole game. They would have to come to the table and renegotiate those payout numbers. Do you look at that something that's possible, or are you like, nah, okay, that ain't gonna work?
I mean, we gotta try something, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, man. We already don't have no damn benefits and no health benefits or nothing as artists and shit. And y'all really just want to half-ass just fuck us out of all the goddamn money? We can't have shit. Like, I guess our job ain't as important to the public as we think it is. We're not as important as a doctor, or we're not as important as a dentist or a lawyer. Yes, the fuck we are.
The doctors and dentists listening to Spice1.
The facts.
Yes, they wouldn't have shit to listen to. We so important. I do gangster rap. What the fuck do you think the troops listen to when they go to war? Pay us what the fuck we deserve, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we here for a reason. We put a lot of work in out here as far as, how we take our heart, soul, and body and mind and blood, sweat, and tears and put it into this music. And so everybody else can feel that and be and be motivated by it. So yeah, I think we deserve way more than what they what they paying us, and we got to do something, man.
Yeah, if we organize it, and like I say, everybody not gonna do it, you know. But when I see Snoop talking about he made 45 racks off of 1 billion streams, when I see how 1 million streams was only gonna get you 3,500 around that average time, it's like, man, that's ridiculous, man.
That's
insane.
slave. That's slave
slave
labor.
wages, man. So the thing is, it's like I know that those guys understand blood and money. So when they money started getting hit, historically, black people have always had a history of boycotting and withdrawing and withholding our dollar and all that. So I just believe it's something that could work, even if a percentage of the artists participate in it, because you ain't making nothing no way. What do you have to lose to say, when I ain't gonna drop nothing, because you want to lose the crumbs that you get?
That you get.
So it's like, I think it could work, but you know, I don't know, man. It's just my opinion.
If the internet drops or falls, everybody fucked.
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, except for the OGs, because we gonna have CDs and records.
Come on, man.
Some physical shit.
Come on,
for you to hold. I think we should say fuck them motherfuckers and just start putting out CDs and tapes again and selling those.
I'm gonna throw this camera against this box.
And you know, because it's ridiculous, man. You know, I mean, come on. Y'all motherfuckers ain't even giving us a penny a stream.
Yeah.
We can't even get 10 cents, 50 cents a stream. We getting done, bro. They really doing us bad.
They
out
on some
there,
real
you know what I'm
greed.
saying?
But my other theory is that this was set up intentionally to take out an independent artist who had control, because everybody's not on a major label. So if I'm not on a major label, like especially down here in the South, you know the game, just like you talked about going on the road with CDs, you could sell 40,000 units, which is not a lot by industry standards, but if you're getting $9, $10 a pop, that's a hell of a living for you do it a couple of times a year. I think they eliminated that. They created that whole setup to eliminate that. So everything has to funnel through their channels, and even the independent underground cats, we got to go through Spotify. We got to go through. Now we getting the crumbs. But to your point, physical copies. Look, they don't even put CD players in the new vehicles no more. We understand that. But what you do is you support, because I've been a Spice1 fan all my life. So if Spice say, hey, man, my new album dropping, buy the CD. I don't care if you buy it and set it on the shelf as a collector's. Put that up there, and USBs. That's still a physical copy. So,
it's so many different ways that you can sell your music without putting it online now. Even like La Russell from the Bay Area, from Oakland, he put me up on some shit, you know. Like I say, just because these niggas is young don't mean you can't learn from them. And just because we older don't mean y'all can't learn from us either. You know, it's each one teach one. It ain't the game is to be sold, not told. It's each one teach one. You know, if you see your nigga, he need to know something, you tell him. You know what I'm saying? It's different ways to make money in this industry without the internet, or without putting it on social media or stuff like that. It's different program, different apps and stuff, different businesses that offer these type of options to make money more than what you're making on through the internet or through streaming.
Right.
That's what me, and La Russell and a few other artists are doing right now. It's a different path.
La Russell innovative as hell, man. That young brother be doing some stuff. He done some work over with K Water, but he innovative as all I know, man.
I seen Richie. He doing something where he just you don't tell you what to pay. He just tell you what you want to pay.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, that's
Rich and Russell turned me on to that shit. And I think that's the way we should be going right now, because they robbing us. until they figure out a better way to pay us and with more respect and more money. We want our money that y'all paying y'all, sending y'all kids to college
Come
with
on,
and all of
man.
that shit. We want our money,
Come on, man.
so we're definitely constantly, and y'all better hope that we don't figure it out, because if we do, y'all left, y'all done.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? So if I was you guys, I would figure out how to pay the artists more money before we figure out where to go get it at.
Without a doubt, man.
Y'all gotta be fair, man, straight up.
Yeah, or we just do it ourselves.
Oh, we'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Cut them off
sooner or later. Y'all the buck don't stop somewhere.
Yeah. We gotta file for divorce, man, because that's all. We hold on to that
it's
oppression.
Ridiculous. We ain't got no health care, none of that shit. And y'all just taking every dime you get. We don't even get a penny.
Yeah.
He can't even do no health care or nothing. We live in regular lives and shit, and y'all happy because of it. When I got millions of fans everywhere. If I could get every fan right now to go give me $1, I'll be where I need to be at.
Yeah.
But I can't get it because y'all take it.
Yeah.
Every time I stream every time my album streamed 10, 15 million times, or it's streamed 9 million times, or 3.2 million times, I ain't even getting
Come on, man.
half a penny. If I could just get $2 out of every stream, I'll be straight.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, and it's I think it's real fucked up. Because if I had it my way, it wouldn't be no such thing as a broke rap artist. All these niggas, I'll go back and find from Curtis Blow to Furious 5, Flash, and all of them. Here, man, he go y'all money. Here, man, take $2 million. He go $3 million for y'all. And y'all get on y'all toes. Let's get this. Because if it wasn't for y'all, bruh, we wouldn't be doing none of this shit. I would just want to go break all these, all of our OGs that taught us this shit at least a few million off.
And to say you was getting paid to write, think about how more better the music will be.
Yeah.
You can really invest into the sound, really invest into everything you need to put into it, instead of having just to work with what you got and then just shoot it off. Because I remember even nowadays, Kay was telling me how back those days people used to always have to be together when they make their songs and stuff. Now the people making songs, they don't even know that they're on songs.
Look, I got 2 songs with Spice1, and we just met for the first time today.
Yeah.
The Stand Alive with Me, You, and Zero, and the track that I'm honored to be on the Platinum OG, the projects, man. So, but that's the technology of like, okay, well, you don't have to necessarily be in the lab with people no more, but but that's out of necessity, because the Spice is in Vegas and they say, okay, then we got to do it like that. But at the end of the day, back in the days, it was more chemistry if we all sitting in there banging it out together. That's still the best way to me, you know what I'm saying?
Like, well, I got 5 on it, and Dustin and Disgusted, like we was all there.
Yeah.
Like, we was all at the studio recording.
Man, just
and that was fun.
Some legendary stuff, man. So, what do you think about the content today? We already kind of discussed the business side of the industry, but as far as rap is concerned, are you cool with the content? Some of it, or are you like?
I mean, well, as far as what they talking about, the world is different now. It's not the same. They know about the tennis ball in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? These niggas can't do what we did, so they gotta come with some more shit because they already up on what we did. If they try to do what we did, they gonna get caught up.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's different ways to do shit. When you write songs, it's called art. You can't just talk about what you did yesterday.
Yeah. Right.
Like really what you did yesterday.
What you really did yesterday.
Gotta put some metaphors up in there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the content that they come with is similar to what we were saying, but a lot of them they spit, but some of them they sing. You know, we wasn't singing. We was just spitting. You know, my singles are called Trigger Got No Heart, Welcome to the Ghetto, Peace to My Nine, Strap on the Side, 187 Proof. That's not me trying to drop a hot single.
That's real
That's
life.
me dropping real shit.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So
Trigger got
you know, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? That the game is a little watered down now. You know, with the singing and all of that stuff and the auto tune and all of that. You know, we go hard. We was going hard. Like, you know, I'm spitting it. You know, in my Jag on my phone talking business. Back 10 to my dome. Yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't singing that shit.
I'm rapping,
you know, and
spitting it from the chest.
I wasn't trying to drop no hot single. I was just spitting that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
If it happened to pop off, cool, but that wasn't my intention.
It wasn't my intention.
Man, what do you think about this?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead about this, because back in your day, I respect 3-verse songs. Like now, the songs is like 2 minutes.
A minute and 47 seconds. That's a song. Yeah.
It's that attention span, man. They only gonna listen to you for about that long, about 2 minutes. You know, you gonna get about 2 minutes of listening to them, and they gonna flick that shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Man, why? But the attention span. We had low. If you jamming, you jamming.
Yeah.
So Spice1 come on. Okay, I might got a short attention span, but soon as he hit me with them first 4 bars, he got me now. So I think some of it attention. I think some of them they didn't got lazy. It's like it's easier because I can put out a quick little 2-minute, 3-minute song. I mean, if you jamming, bro. They gonna check you out.
I think like they half-ass paying us for the shit anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes short and sweet be the solution. Like, you know, we just gonna leave this short and sweet. We're gonna drop 2 12-bar verses. We're gonna drop and we're gonna drop 3 hooks, 3 8-bar hooks.
We done.
And it's gonna be, the song gonna be almost close to 3 minutes. And see, this is how they get paid. The song only fucking 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So if that shit slap, that's what you gonna do.
We run it back.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
You gonna run it back. Ooh, oh, this shit was too short, man. Hold on, play it again. I only got to hit 3/4.
Yeah, they run it back to get.
They got off the freeway. Rewind it. Play this shit again.
You play it 4 times, it equal up to a penny for you.
Yeah, you play it 4 times.
You get your whole penny. Yeah. Well,
shit.
We got a couple more for you before we get you up out of here, man. So, the Platinum OG album, that's your current project, man. What went into that mindset to say, man,
that's classic.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to come back and bust them upside the head and give them the Spice1. Was it I'm just ready, or I'm needed out here?
It was I'm needed and I was ready, and it was just my fans out there letting me know, like, it was one of my fans that actually invested into the record and you know, with the studio time and helped me put everything together. Yeah. It was a fan, you know, and that really motivated me. Like, shit, you know, you can't be stopped. Yeah. You know, you never know who your fans are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, the homie came out of the blue, and he like, man, I've been listening to your music for years, and man, I want you want to put out a record, man. I got some, let's do something. I know some producers, I know some this, I know some that. I'm like, okay, now you got my attention, you know. And so we started working together, and you know, he had a few cats that wanted to get on there, that knew me, that he knew, and had verses and features, and next thing you know, we got a nice album going, you know what I'm saying? Let me drop a few more verses, and we're going to put Tretch on here. You know, we're going to find some of the Platinum OGs that's not even alive and put them on there, and we're going to put all Platinum OGs on there, and we're going to call it Platinum OG. You know, we do the first Platinum OG, Platinum OG 2, and we literally we support ourselves, you know?
Yeah. Because when Platinum OG came out, because I don't know about nobody else, but personally, I stumbled up on it. and I just having to play it. And at that time, I was like, how the fuck nobody listen to this shit? Because it's top to bottom bangers. And then the funny part about it, you had some Pimp C verses on there that classic timeless, you know? And then one thing I got out of it, tell me if I'm right or wrong on this one here. One thing I got of it, it's a whole bunch of H-Time niggas in that on that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Some people that we didn't even know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I can hear it in it. But that was, to me personally, I thought that might have been the album of the year, bro. And then so when you did it, when you popped the second one, I said it's only commendable because that Platinum OG, I was like this. I got some of this shit. You want to listen to this? You ain't heard this Platinum OG yet.
Yeah.
And everybody heard it was like, man, Spice is killing it.
Yeah, he always do, man. He under the old law, you know. So when it's time to start doing this, you're not gonna play around, man, because them people gonna rewind. They gonna break down every line you say. Yeah, you can't just put out you can't just say no anything. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this on that note: do you feel like even all these years later, speaking about all the love you get, we seen it. I've been one of the people that been having love for you from day one. Do you still feel like you don't get the credit you deserve just in the grand scale of hip hop? Do you ever feel like that?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's as far as where I came from, like where I started at and where I am now, as far as hip hop goes and where I've been. And yeah, like, for them to judge me and say, he underground or not put me up there with an Ice Cube or with a Too Short or with other big name artists, right there next to E40. It should be like and they don't know. I still do shows like that. I just did a show with me, the Loonies, Scarface, and Too Short and the Dog Pound. You know what I'm saying? It was just those 5 groups. And so I feel like when they start talking about rap artists and music, they need to put me right up there with them. These are the niggas I do shows with.
Yeah, and they respect you. They listen to you when they start making them lists and all that. I don't respect them lists because I'm gonna only respect a list based on who made the list.
Yeah,
these publications and all that, I don't respect that.
They don't be going by numbers. Yeah. Like I'm a fan of numbers. Yeah. Go by the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, go by my numbers, how many records I sold over these years, how long I've been going,
catalog,
and
classics.
It really pisses you off, bro. It really does. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. Yeah. It hurts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say, they start talking about Bay Area rappers and then my name don't even come up. And then, but when they talk about rappers in general, my name will come up. Yeah. And so
why do you think that is? Why your name don't come up in with the Bay Area rappers? Because, bruh, you gonna be in my top 5 off the dome. Just when they just say, somebody wake me up out of my sleep and say top 5 West Coast, you gonna be in my top. Why do you think that you get overlooked in those situations?
I think whoever making those lists, they probably ain't from the fucking Bay Area. Because if they was from the Bay Area, they really did their hip hop history from the Bay Area, then they wouldn't have hesitated to put my name out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll never disrespect none of my niggas out in the Bay Area, but I'm not finna sit here and act like I don't know my accomplishments and what the fuck I did. Yeah. I'm not finna sit here and act like I didn't go to Germany and pack the motherfucking house and rock 3,000 Germans for 2 fucking hours.
Come on, man.
I'm not finna sit here and act like I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't go to Japan and do 3 or 4 different shows and pack the house in all 3 shows and rock that shit, or spend 2 months in Australia and do shows all up and down the coast. I'm not finna sit here and act like I didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or act like me, I didn't teach Tupac certain shit, or act like he didn't teach me shit too, or act like I didn't teach other artists that you motherfuckers listen to today, or we didn't sit up and talk like two scientists over and two doctors over songs and music. I'm not finna act like I didn't do that, because I did, you know. In the respect I get from my OG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't the respect I think I deserve from the public. It's the respect I get from my motherfucking OGs.
Yeah.
I got respect from Run DMC. I got respect from LL Cool J. I got respect from motherfuckers like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. These motherfuckers respect me, and they got love for me, and they know a nigga can spit. So when it come down to it, I'll be like, well, fuck what y'all talking about, as long as these niggas know what it is. As long as I can call DMC right now and hear, yeah, Spice1, yeah, hell, if I can do that, I don't give a fuck what nobody else think. Because these niggas pioneered the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And they got respect for me. So they punk ass, mark ass opinion don't even fucking matter if they don't understand that I got respect for motherfuckers that they never even think, you know, that they don't even talk about, they don't even respect. And why would we respect their fucking opinion if they don't even respect the motherfuckers who put us on?
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know that's like when they do like MVP voting in sports. Like they might vote for the NBA MVP. These are a bunch of sports writers, a bunch of cats that never played the game. But if they did a vote among the players who play against them cats every day, you might be a different vote. Like, nah, I compete against this dude. I know what this dude can do. So it's the same thing. You validated by the greats, just like you just said. So that would go a long way with me too. It's like, well, hold on. Like you say, if Big Daddy Kane giving me my props, what do I care about some dude that write for some magazine?
What do I give a fuck about?
That might not even been born when you was just hitting the scene.
This shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. Like, so you know, when I go to New York and, you know, just seeing Wu-Tang yesterday and walking up on Raekwon and seeing the look in his face when he seen Spice1 was enough to say, fuck y'all opinion. Yeah. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know the game. You stupid. You really, your knowledge of the hip hop industry is shit. It's your knowledge of the hip hop industry, whoever making them fucking lists, your knowledge of the hip hop industry is fucking is like sewer fucking garbage juice, motherfucker.
Man, come on, man. Come on.
That's what it's worth. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so fuck your opinion. You know, I got a song called Fuck Your Opinion.
Man.
All them motherfuckers need to go listen to that shit.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, you know, it's a saying that says, you know, those who know. And the real ones gonna always know, man, that you are one of the greats of all time. And of course, on the West Coast, you're a legend, but you're a legend out here because I saw the love that you got when you was hit that stage, when people been rocking the Spice1 from day.
Yeah, and that's what keep a nigga going. That's fuel for the fire. You know what I'm saying? Real spit. Yeah. You get up there and the crowd go crazy.
Without
that's when adrenaline comes in.
Sang it every word. Go ahead. You got one more for me.
I was gonna say this because me and Kay were talking about this before you got here. I was thinking about Screw, right? And I was seeing how it went down today. Screw is so happy right now that you and
Sebo, oh man,
man. So I always wanted to see, did you have any interactions with Screw? And if you did, man, can you talk about that briefly? Yeah.
Me and Screw, I know. Me and Screw we used to get so motherfucking high, bro. I remember one night. And I think it was the night we recorded this song, that's on the Screw tape that's floating around. Yeah. Me and Screw, I got so high, man. I just remember I just woke up. And I looked at him and he was still out, and we both, you know, we had the syrup and I had brought some weed from Cali. And you got to think, back then, bro, you couldn't get that. It wasn't no such thing as no grow houses and shit like that. You had to get the shit from California and bring it back out here. You know, the weed that I had was so fire. I swear to God, man, you can't make this up. I swear to God, on everything I love. When I pulled the weed out, Screw said, "What the fuck is that?" He said, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "It's weed." He said, "What the fuck? It look like a flower or something. Like, what the fuck?" I said, "Nah, we smoke this, and we call this dank." Because back then we called it dank in the Bay Area. And, I started rolling it up and shit, and he was drinking and shit, and I was like, "What's that?" He was like, "Oh, this called syrup, nigga. We pour it in the cup, and then we put these Jolly Ranchers in there, and then we swivel it around with some ice." He was like, "Here, man, just taste it." Man, I drank that shit and quick. I was like, "Give me another, give me some more." You know what I'm saying?
Like this.
Man, next thing you know, me and that nigga sitting up here high as fuck. We passing a blunt back and forth, and we drinking and shit. And my dumb ass said, "Okay, hey, put some of that on the blunt." Man, that's when I just woke up. And I woke up and seen him. I was like, "We gonna go back to sleep. We gonna wake up and finish recording in a minute."
9 hours later.
Oh, yeah, candy black.
Yeah. Dip that boy. Yeah.
That was my guy, man. We turned each other on to some shit that night.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, yeah, that's my buddy though. You know, my cousin Demond brought me to his house one day.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. And so, coming from Cali into Houston all of the time, I'm gonna run into motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And my cousin's gonna be like, "This nigga rap, man, he dope." And next thing you know, I know the nigga before he even come out, or, it's some whole different shit going on,
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. Well, we sure appreciate your time, brother. We appreciate your legacy, and we are so happy that you still dropping these bombs on us, man, because we lose people, and I'm not talking about physically lose. We lose people in this industry just because they just stop doing it, bro. And somebody like yourself is so valuable. We got to have Spice1 music as long as Spice1 want to do music. So
thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Well, y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna keep dropping shit until I'm 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? And even after then, I can still, they're gonna be throwing shit out there that I didn't release.
Pac dropped 20 albums after he was gone.
Yeah, I got so many songs, bro. I've been going 100 miles an hour. I stopped writing and everything. Just turn the motherfucking mic on. We're gonna go off energy.
Come on, man.
That whole Platinum OG1 and Platinum OG2. I ain't writing none of that shit down. I'm snapping on every, all that shit was energy.
Right. Well, the greatness can put it together any kind of way they need to in that moment.
Yeah, well, it made it so easy for us now with the Pro Tools and all that shit.
Right. What you think about AI? What you think about AI and guys cheating the game? I didn't mean to say cheating the game. Guys making songs where they're using AI to create their lyrics and their hooks and all that.
I mean, we all know, the cheaters gonna cheat, man. They always had the cheaters to beat us, man. Yeah. Eventually, we gonna figure it's some other shit that we gonna do that they can't do with AI.
Yeah.
Like AI, certain things I do on purpose, so I know they're gonna have a problem doing it. Like my stutter raps and shit and all of that. Like it might have a problem copying that with AI.
Boy, the way they going, they gonna figure it out, boy. You gonna hear it one day.
Figure it out.
Is that the real Spice?
They gonna have to figure it out. They ain't just gonna press a button and it's on. They're like, how the fuck is he stuttering now? Wait a minute.
Yeah. No, they advancing, man. Well, we appreciate you, brother. It's been an honor and a privilege, man. A pleasure. Y'all go get the Platinum OG2. And for y'all youngsters or anybody who want to just know your history, go back and get every project that my brother have released, and go get physical copies, man. Make sure you keep physicals alive.
A nightmare would change your life.
Yeah, come on, man. Man, bro. The one and only Spice1 on the Underground Podcast, man. There you go. There it is, man. Straight up, man. It's your big brother K-Reno.
It's your boy Keystone. We are out this bitch.
Big brother K-Reno. Look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com
and check us out. And always make sure that every Wednesday night, y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. And check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business. You can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the A. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volas.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, Volas, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box, man. Y'all don't know what it is, man. Catch y'all later on.